So here's the thing. Street Fighter 6 was the first fighting game that I ever took really seriously and decided to get really good at. And after a month or so of grinding, I did manage to hit Master Rank in that game. Now obviously we have a new fighting game on the block here with Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising. In that game, I've been dabbling, I've been playing with the boys a little bit, and it's fun. Fun enough that I decided to take that next step, try and actually learn the game properly, and go on rank and see how high I could climb. So that's what we're going to do here today. Now, is fighting game skill transferable from one game over to the next? Come find out with me. Yeah, so when you boot this game up, it asks you, hey, how are you confident about fighting other people? And I said I could take on anyone. I don't know if that's, we'll see if that's really true. But, I figured, why not? Let's go with the confidence. Let's start this off on the right foot. But I have been playing casually with some of my buddies, and it's been going all right, I suppose. But I've never really put good thought into, I suppose, actually getting better at the game quite yet. It's only been out about a week, but all right, first things first. One thing you need to know about me before we go any further. In this house, we play grapplers, right? I don't care. Are they low tier 99% of the time? Yes. Do they have horrible defense and spend most of the fight getting bullied in the corner? Yes. Am I going to touch you once and reduce you to 0 hit points from a single interaction after you spend most of the round winning? Also yes. So this is a little diva house. I don't want to hear any sort of complaints. And I have, through the little bit of fucking around that I've been doing with my buddies, managed to acquire enough money to get some color schemes, get this cute little Vrin mask here. We're customized. We're kind of decked out, Okay, so I just want to hop in here to trading mode real quick to just get a basic idea of what the hell I do with this character, because right now the answer when I'm just playing with my friends is I just mash buttons, and I don't think that's, that's not a good long-term strategy, So the way that I view it, right, you need 5 things? 5? So I gotta figure out, what do I do when I'm over here? What button do I hit when I'm over here? This is where we start the round. It's very important. What do I do when people jump at me? What do I do when I'm right up in their face? Besides this, of course. But that's a totally fine option. And I suppose what to do when I knock someone down. Is that 4 things? I said 5. I guess it was 4. We'll figure it out. Things will evolve as you go. But I don't think you need like a super advanced game plan to really get started playing games, right? I know some of my friends, they spend hours in training mode and they kind of are scared to hit that ranked match button, but I don't think that's really necessary, Lots of people online are just doing random shit anyway, so if you just get even a basic game plan down, you'll be looking really well compared to the average person. I don't know. The thing is, I feel like so this game's got the auto combo, right? Which is really nice, and it can convert into a lot of combos and damage and stuff, but from over here, I am a little confused. I got like these big, heavy buttons. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. I've heard tell of the dash attacks in this game. Now, is that optimal in every situation? Almost certainly not. Is this what I'm going to do in almost every situation starting out? Yes. Once people start blowing me up for it, then, maybe we can switch up our tactics, but I think for now, keep it simple. When I'm around here, I'm going to dash at you and do this. This is like plus on block, right? Okay, so boom. Step 1. Step 2, I don't know. People jumping at us, I suppose. Some stuff's air unblockable in this game. I am familiar with that. Let's ever do something like that. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, so you get like the big... That's something, I guess, right? Yeah, because I think you get that big red counter screen if they do maybe a heavy or a special attack, and that's what you anti-air. It seems like, if they're just doing like a light or something, you don't always get that. Or maybe it's just if you do it during the active frames or the recovery frames or something. I don't quite understand it yet, but the general idea here for sure is just, I guess, pretty out-of-the-box solution, right? People jump at you, you hit 2H, and I don't know. Something like... that's not... Oh, combo limit, yeah. That's another thing that we're not going to worry about it too much. For now, we're just going to try and, I guess, keep our combos short if they involve a lot of specials, so we don't end up having to deal with that. But yeah, so... Boom. That's neutral. Quote-unquote neutral. Just dash attacking at people. Check. How do you reset back to... There you go. Reset back to the middle of the screen here. We got neutral. Check. Anti-airs. Check. Up close, I guess I know this is... I love having the frame data in here, by the way. Thank God for this being more of a common occurrence now. Seems like the fastest button is either this here, stand P or 2P. So I guess up close, we just mash this into auto combo, right? And normally I don't really worry about getting, you know, really complicated combos to start with. I don't think you really need them until you get into a bit of a higher level of the game, but this game's kind of different in the sense that the execution is really, really light in this game, at least on a lot of things. So, at the very, I've managed to come up with something like this, which is, I'm sure, not even, like, I'm sure that this is not even close to optimal, but it's like, you know, decent damage. I think characters have, what, like 15,000 health or something on average in this game, so, you know, if you hit someone with that 3 times, they're dead. That's more than good enough for me. You can mix in, like, a super, right, to have it do a bit more damage when need be. Something like that. It's like, you know, it's like 2.5 combos on average, probably, to end someone's life. I'm sure that's nowhere near optimal, but that's also fine. I don't need it to be. Yeah, so we got... So I guess we're just gonna, mash our lightest button. Maybe do some combination of that and that, right? The good old strike throw grappler mix. And speaking of which, I mean, I guess once we have them down here, like say we go through our whole thing here, I guess the basic idea here is that's a low, right? Low overhead grapple, you know, regular old Oki stuff. When you got someone down like this, I mean, this is your best opportunity to set up whatever nonsense you need to do to make sure they never get up again. So, yeah, we could go something like, I mean, if we hit this, we can go back into the full combo here, and the whole situation loops back in on itself, right? This is not quite enough time, but if they're just, you know, sleeping at the wheel a bit, we can kind of hit them with an overhead. Similar idea. And obviously, if we grab them, right, on wake up, similar idea again, right? So, in general, I guess when you want to be setting up these sorts of Oki situations, if you can get it to just loop back into itself, so it's just, all right, keep guessing and guessing and guessing until you're out of health, that's sort of ideal, right? Honestly, that's it. Like, that's good enough. I think we can hop online like this and, you know, we'll learn as we go. There's no need to be perfect when you're just starting out, which is definitely where I am right now. You know, hopefully some fundamentals from games like Street Fighter might carry over, but I imagine this is going to be pretty different, so let's see. That's right, La Diva. Oh, dude, the music in this game. I like the music in this game, I think, so far, but, you know, not everything is hitting, necessarily. This is the one that's that kind of samurai sounding one, right? It's super cool, I think. So we'll go there. That's one of the things that a lot of people, I feel like, kind of harp on, right? Is fighting game fans never seem to like the music of whatever game they're playing. I remember when Strive came out, right? And everyone was complaining about that. I thought the music for Strive was really, really cool. And then, you know, 3 years later, when I suppose it's not the new thing and everyone's not excited to give their hot take, then people are like, oh yeah, the Strive music's pretty good. Some people still, I guess, have complaints that it doesn't quite sound like it doesn't quite fit with what's happening on the screen, I suppose, but I don't really agree. I think it's really cool. Street Fighter was the same thing. Lots of people were saying, oh, the Street Fighter music's horrible, like I liked Street Fighter 5 better, etc. And they did. Oh, I just got absolutely schmixed there. Was the match canceled immediately? Interesting. There you go. Had like 8 matches cancel on me in a row. I was starting to think I was the problem. Oh my god. A fellow man/woman of culture. What better way to have a first ranked match than to have it be a La Diva mirror? I have actually never... This is my first time ever fighting a La Diva mirror, because none of my other friends play grapplers, and I've not gone online in this game yet, so... I'm very excited to see how goofy this is going to be. In my experience, like this sort of stuff, you know, when I'll play like Potemkin and Strive or Zangief in SF6, the mirror would always be pretty goofy. This kind of, you know, 2 big bodies swinging at each other until one of them couldn't move anymore, so let's see. Oh, right, yeah, that's, you know, that's another thing that I actually don't use nearly enough is the spot dodges. I know that's kind of a big deal, right? Because, like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, that's sort of unusual compared to other games, I guess. I mean, like, Smash, you can spot dodge there. Oh, right. I never get used to the fact that oh, nice. I never get used to the fact that clothesline just, like, completely whiffs on crouchers like that. It's not really something you can use Just in a regular old pressure string, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's a good place to spot dodge there. Now, I'm no spot dodge expert, as I was just sort of mentioning, but in general, I think it's more of use it for like to dodge, you know, big scary hits. Oh yeah, that has invincibility on it. So true. But yeah, I think if you just like spot dodge an auto combo like that, you probably end up getting punished most of the time. Oh yeah, right. I have to use my plus on block move in neutral. This is what we planned for. There you go. Immediately rewarded for sticking to my game plan. I forgot to use a dash attack. As soon as I do, we take the round. That's great. Okay, so I mean, this guy's kind of just doing whatever, I think, similar to me. Oh my god. I'm not doing my anti-airs either. Still gotta get used to that. I think he keeps thinking I'm gonna like change it up. Listen, what he doesn't know is that I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing. He keeps blocking after or matching after the headbutts, or maybe jumping to get out of the command grab. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I figured I'd try something kind of custom there. It didn't really work out, but okay, took a bravery point. Ooh, right. Yeah, you can break throws by matching in this game, which I think is an interesting design choice. It makes them, I think, a lot weaker, right? Because you don't even necessarily. There you go. We got our anti-air. Okay, I'm slowly trying to incorporate all those different elements of the game plan, right? Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I feel like if you can break throws by matching, like you don't even need to necessarily know a throw is coming to get out of it, right? Oh yeah, whiffs on crouches, whiffs on crouches, right? Like you can just break a throw basically by just being belligerent. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, but at least they're in the corner now instead of me. Whiffs on crouches. I need to like write that down on, I don't even know, put like a little sticky note on my screen. Are they gonna jump at me? They've been jumping a lot. I feel like, oh, no. Right back at you, buddy. Yeah, so, oh my god. I just got trying to stick to that basic game plan that we were talking about earlier in training mode, right? I'm kind of doing the same thing over and over, but I mean, results speak for themselves, I think. It works. Before I have like a really in-depth understanding of this, oh, right, so true. There is a gap there. But yeah, before I have a really in-depth understanding of what I'm doing, I'm just gonna try and keep it simple. Yeah, so those super skybound darts, right? Oh my god. What if I did the same thing, though? He's airborne. Okay, okay. I did not think the sweep would make her airborne, but I guess that makes sense in hindsight. Yeah, I think I need to do something that makes it a little scarier for him to just sit there and block. Maybe just do something like that. Make him a little less comfortable just sitting there blocking the whole time so that maybe you get a couple more of those stray hits on the headbutt. Oh, nice. I was just matching there, absolutely. Did I wake up with a heavy there? Absolutely. Did it work? Yes, but just because something works doesn't necessarily mean it was the best option, right? But it did just so happen to work out there, I suppose. We'll take those. Nope. Yeah, the anti-air has honestly been doing a ton of work. Does this work? Nope, it does not. Okay, good to know. That's what I get for trying out new things, man. I should have just stuck to the gameplay. Woo! Look at this clothesline neutral like that. Absolute madman. Oh, that's gonna hit me too. I'm fine though. Diva's got a ton of health. I'll be low, but I should definitely be alive. Oh my god, okay, definitely was maybe a little overconfident. In hindsight. How does chip damage work in this game? Oh my god. Okay. All plans, all skill, of course. I knew that was gonna happen. He's gonna get clothesline again? No. Oh, yes. Oh. Owie. Is the universal throw faster than the command grab? Seems a little strange. Oh. I feel you. Grabbing during hit stun. Classic. You gotta stop, like, doing that, man. You'd be kicking my ass if you weren't jumping so much. It's gonna work. Okay, there you go. Listen, I'm experimenting with things. The combos especially, more so. Oh, yeah, well. Shows what I know. yeah, so the grappler mirror so far, I mean, at least with this guy, has been exactly as goofy as I remember it being usually. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do at all. Oh, I don't know what he just did there, but I'm glad it worked out in my favor. You can do this, right? Oh, but then they can, let's see. Yeah, so the whole bravery point system, now that he's got none of those little jewels left in the top there. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Now that he's got none of those little jewels left in the top, he's gonna take a lot more damage, is my understanding. I think it's like 20% if you've got the one left, and 40% if you have none. And yeah, that stand medium did like a sixth of his entire health bar or something. So I suppose that confirms that theory. Yeah, so I wonder. So the thing that I was having kind of the most trouble with there, I suppose, is what I'm doing right now is kind of easy to just block, right? Like my pressure, I just kind of do this into some amount of headbutts, and then maybe a command grab or a strike. But a lot of the times, I think it's a safer option to just block. So I gotta find, for the opponent that is. So I gotta find a spookier pressure string, I guess. I mean, I guess if they're blocking, right, then we use the universal guard break. That might be something. Also, this is the same guy. I just realized this. Oh, I didn't mash fast enough there. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll take this conversion. How far can I take this? Not very far, but we got some screen space back, I suppose. This is the same guy. I guess. I don't know if the game really just wants me to play the Diva mirror, which I'm totally fine with, or if for some reason it can't find anyone else. There you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, the anti-air combos are a little finicky in this game, in my experience. Oh my god. Oh, right. Oh, I wanted to use my my yonder dash attack. Is this gonna work? Okay. Listen, I'm flailing a little bit. I was almost dead. I got a little scared. Is he dead? No. Is he gonna? Oh my god. I was gonna say. I thought he was gonna jump at me. Turns out he did that, which is very fair. So I assume it feels like almost all of the strike specials are air unblockable in this game, which makes jumping, you know, a little risky for sure. But you can block some things. It's not like Street Fighter, for example, where there's just no air block at all. Oh damn! It's nice, I guess, that you don't actually lose the bravery points there for doing the guard break until the active frames actually start. Oh, it's gonna hurt you, I think, sir. Can I do something like this? You know, I don't think that was worth the bravery point. They seem pretty important in this game, but that was definitely, it looked cool. At least I think so. So I suppose I'm fine with that. I should be using the other versions of the command grab too, I think. I'm just sticking with the light one because it kind of feels, there you go, it's a medium. I'm doing all of the one button specials, by the way. I turned technical inputs off. I know I'm not very familiar with Granblue, like this is my first time playing, but we're playing like the series, I suppose. I didn't play the old game. But I did hear that there was, you know, some amount of stink being made over them. Ooh, I see. I guess that's some mix that I could use too. But yeah, I did hear there was some amount of stink being made over them, like basically making technical inputs worthless. Right? Like it's not that bad, right? You still get, what is it, 10% extra damage if you don't, if you're doing it raw, if you're not like canceling into them, which is definitely something, right? But considering all of the benefits of the simple input, like you're gonna mess it up so irregularly compared to doing a technical, right? You can do it quicker, you can react with it faster. Oh, messed that up. It's gonna lead, I think, to probably most people not using the technical inputs very often, and I think that's fine. Motion, don't get me wrong. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm fine. He got too greedy with his punish. He wanted the heavy punish. But there's a lot of people who, you know, sort of this modern idea, I suppose, that motion inputs are this old, archaic, like, oh, this is gonna miss, right? Yeah. Oh, but I didn't punish. Incredible. I think they're gonna jump at me, right? Oh. Oh. Oh no. I did not mean to 2H there, but it happens. What was I saying? Yeah, people have this idea that motion inputs are just basically this gatekeeping method, right? That makes it so, you know, new people can't play fighting games, and you've got to learn how to do your quarter circles and your half circles and all this nonsense. I don't think that's true, for a number of reasons. I don't think it's actually. I mean, maybe this is a bit of a biased opinion, but I don't think motion inputs are that hard to even do in the first place necessarily. But also, I think they're not just there to make the game harder. Though, I mean, in some cases, like super inputs are complicated because they're, you know, like they're hard for a reason. But I think more so, there's balancing purposes behind that, right? Like there's a reason that, I don't know, I mean, I'm gonna use Street Fighter examples here because I suppose it's what I'm more familiar with, but like, there's a reason that, you know, if Ryu throws his fireball, he can do that walking forwards, right? Because the first part of the input, well, not the first part of the input, rather, not the fireball, the DP, that's the word I'm looking for. The first part of the input, right, is forward. So it's easier for him to anti-air people when he's walking forward versus a character like Guile who has to charge down, right? So he actually can't be moving forward at all. He can hold down back, that's fine. But if he does any sort of forward motion, he loses, well, in Guile's case, actually all of his special moves, basically, right? He loses his projectile and he loses his anti-air. And that's, again, that's intentional, and that's allowed by motion inputs. Because, oh, nice. That break. That's allowed by the motion inputs, right? And that difference in the way that their motion inputs are designed leads to very different characters, right? You get more of a Shoto-style character that, at least in the matchup versus Guile, will definitely be the aggressor, the person who's moving forward. And then Guile has to play super defensive because, by his very nature, he's really strong when he's holding down back and a lot weaker when he's moving forward. Now, that's not to say you can't accomplish that without motion inputs, right? I think it's just, you have to keep in mind, if you're making a fighting game and you're going to nuke the motion inputs. Also, I don't know what I'm doing, but it looked cool, didn't it? He's gonna super me, I think. He's been doing that a lot. There you go. That is a lot harder to punish than I would expect. I thought, like, okay, he missed his super, I'm gonna kill him, it's gonna be wonderful. But anyway, what was I yapping about? Oh, yeah. Motion inputs. You can take motion inputs out of your game, and it can be totally successful, right? I think you just have to keep in mind why the motion inputs were there in the first place, and what are you doing to get around or to, I guess, replace the balance that they provided to moves, right? Like, if you got one button DPs in your game, how do you not make those just completely overpowered? And making them do less damage is something, right? But that's not really enough, because, oh no, I'm gonna do that, I suppose? It's not really enough, right? Because, while yes, the damage that especially like a DP does it's not worthless, right? More so, its value is in the fact that it just makes, oh no, it makes playing neutral really hard for your opponent. If they can never sort of catch you off guard with a jump, and you're gonna anti-air them, you know, a lot of the time, which is what... Ooh, okay, you can't jump down on react. I'm dead, right? Do I have no bravery yet left? I'm pretty sure it's just gonna kill me. Yeah, wow. Yeah, 40% extra damage, I suppose, is a really big deal. But yeah, like if you're gonna have a one-button DP in your game, and people are just going to be anti-airing a lot more consistently than normal, then if you just make it do 10% less damage, then that's not nearly enough, right? So obviously, for example, in the case of this game, my understanding, what they've done, I thought that second, I guess that second headbutt isn't plus. It might be, maybe it's like even on block. But anyway, in this game, obviously they have the cooldowns on the specials. Is this worth it? I don't know. They have the cooldowns on the special moves, which is kind of the other thing, but I don't think doing the technical inputs makes the cooldowns shorter. That was the case in the other game, right? It's gonna mash here, yeah. I think that was the case in the other game, in the old one. The special, if you use the technical input, as it were, you had a shorter cooldown on your special, but In this game, I don't know if that's the case. It's more so just that, in general, specials have cooldowns. And because specials have cooldowns, it means that you can't just use your super awesome one-button DP all the time, regardless of how you input it. So it's not so much that they're trying to balance the motion inputs. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's a very unfortunate. I think he was maybe jumping. It's not so much that they're trying to... I'm going to do it again. It looks cool. Wait, I don't think it's going to work. Oh, it did. It's not so much that they're trying to balance the motion inputs against the simple inputs. I think it seems like they're much more focused on making the simple inputs the primary sort of option here, and then just making them balanced in a vacuum, like in and of themselves, not compared to get absolutely destroyed. Oh no, get absolutely not destroyed. Oh, okay, never mind. Get absolutely. I wasn't scared for a second. But yeah, it's more so that they're trying to make the simple inputs balanced in and of themselves, right? I think we can do... Let's do one more here. I want to fight someone who isn't just that Ladiva again, but who knows? If we fight the same guy 3 times in a row, then we fight the same guy 3 times in a row. I'm learning some interesting... a little bit of interesting Ladiva tech, I suppose. They use this a lot more than I do. But yeah, I'm not... Oh, there you go. Found someone else. I'm not sure if they've succeeded, necessarily, in making their special moves as balanced as they might be. Oh, yeah, there you go. Not a Ladiva. In making their special moves not as powerful as they may have been had there been motion inputs, but I don't think that's... Like, DPs, for example, do feel pretty strong in this game, but I think it's fine as long as they're not just these completely overpowered options. Like, special moves can just be stronger than they are in a game like, I don't know, Guilty Gear Strive or something. That's okay. Okay, this person is kind of swinging. Yeah, it seems like I haven't found, like, oh my god, the simple inputs are... He's gonna jump at me, I think. No? Okay. It felt like that's what he's been doing the whole time, so I figured he would keep doing it. I was waiting to see, but oh well. I haven't felt like special moves have been, you know, ruining my experience in this game or anything. They feel strong for sure, especially the 50% ones, right? The ultimates, I think they're called. I mean, those buck the trend of everything we were just talking about too. And oh, the move's on cooldown, I'll just do it anyway. But I think it's okay. Like, they're strong, but at least in my very inexperienced opinion, they don't feel completely overpowering, right? I feel bad because I feel like I'm kind of just hitting the same buttons on wake up every time, and it's working. But hey, this is, we're gonna get a one and done here. I suppose it's possible. Hold. Oh, okay. Respect. That's another thing too, right? I mean, it's gonna happen to me, I'm sure. I'm gonna run into someone and they're going to just absolutely blow me inside out. Phrasing, perhaps. But, oh wait, I didn't mean to just skip their intro. I just want to skip the intros. My brain just stopped. This round is looking awful familiar already. But I think it's sort of the wrong mindset, at least if you care about getting better at the game. It's the wrong mindset to only... Yeah, I'm sorry. You play a lot like my one friend who plays Jita and really does love doing wake up DP whenever they can. Are they gonna do it again? No. You know what? Respect. Actually, respect for changing up. Option didn't work, so they did something else. That's already... They got the right mindset going there for sure. Can I do something like this, maybe? No, they're in hit stun. Okay, yeah, I used the command grab version, not the... Because, you know, Ladiva can do... She has, like, the one regular Skybound art that is an attack, and the one that's a command grab. Oh, my 2H just lost it, huh? Interesting. That's not what I expected to happen. Yeah, sorry, that is pretty plus. But yeah, like, if you care about getting better at the game, I think playing people who are going to just completely beat your ass is a valuable experience, right? You learn something different from playing... Ooh, okay. Ah, but I should have done the medium. You learn something different from playing every kind of player, right? Like, I mean, absolutely no disrespect to this guy. I'm new at the game too, but when you play someone who's maybe a little bit newer, a little bit below your level, right? You get to practice your offense, right? Most of that game I spent just like basically figuring out like, okay, what Oki options might work, what don't. Just like getting practice running this combo over and over, because it's kind of the main thing that I do whenever I get a hit, right? Versus, let me stop the standby here. Oh, I don't know how. Ah, there you go. Pause standby. Yeah, so like, when you play someone who's better than you, right, you get a different sort of learning experience where it will probably be the exact opposite, where I spend most of the game getting my ass beat, and I'll just be learning how to block, right? You work on your defense. And when you play someone close to your level, that's when it's like the full experience, right? And you're really, that's definitely where you learn the most, I will say. But it's not useless at all. It's very valuable to play people who are far above and even maybe far below your skill level, right? It's a useful learning experience for you regardless, so. All right, so B1 up from B3. I suppose B3 is where you start when you tell them you can take on anyone, which is maybe the accuracy of that statement has been called into question somewhat by my gameplay today, but it's okay. We're getting there. We're just starting out. We'll get better. And I don't really know how the ranking system works. I assume maybe it starts at F? Is that as low as it goes? Like a F, D, because we always seem to skip E in these things. F, D, C, B, A, S, S plus? G? I don't know, Granblue? I don't really understand the ranking system. I haven't looked into it, but I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Keep getting better, keep climbing, and when the letter stops changing, we know we've hit the top floor. Well, listen, anyway, regardless, I have 3 things for you if you made it this far. 1, if you liked the video, and I sure hope you did, like the damn video. Come on, get down there. It helps the channel out a lot. I appreciate it greatly, obviously, and it don't cost you nothing. 2, while you're down there, I mean, that subscribe button and that bell button are right there. And, you know, if you like this video, we'll be playing a lot more Granblue, maybe other fighting games too. And those 2 will keep you up to date, make sure you don't miss anything. And 3, listen, regardless of what buttons you hit, I hope you had a great time hanging out today. I know I did. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you later.